Paul and Kelsey, this isn't how you thought things would go. You will forever remember that you were married during a world-changing historical season. You will look back and tell your kids and their kids or nieces and nephews how you loved each other so much, not even a worldwide pandemic could stop your love. How many people get to say that? As a pastor, I have the joy of being a part of many weddings. I get to sit down with couples and hear all about how they met, how they fell in love, and how their lives have been changed through their love for one another. It is easy to see that Paul and Kelsey love each other. This ceremony today is proof of the fact that you desire to be one flesh as husband and wife in the eyes of God, that you love one another enough to commit the rest of your lives to each other. At the end of this wedding, you will legally be husband and wife, but you must commit yourselves each and every day from this day forward that you will live up to the promises you make today. Over the past several months and years, you have learned to love each other, and you have discovered new feelings for each other. You have laughed together and prayed together. And though marriage inevitably brings struggles and disagreements, and many people would say it's easier to just walk away, in the eyes of God, marriage is a lifetime covenant. The Apostle Paul talked about this type of love in 1 Corinthians 13:4-7. Love is patient and kind. Love does not envy or boast. It is not arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrongdoing, but rejoices with truth. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love means being all of these things. And notice that it's not about a feeling. Most people, when thinking about love, think about the emotion or the romance of falling in love and the desire to share every moment and learn everything about the other person. It's the type of love we see in movies that often end in a wedding like this. But love is far more than an emotion. Emotions are fleeting. They are here one moment and gone the next. If you want your marriage to be strong and to last, you must choose every day to love the other person. If you choose to do this, your marriage will be one of the most fulfilling, rewarding, and fruitful parts of your entire life. I and the people gathered here today believe that true love is what brought us to this moment, the moment when you two become one.
Kelsey and Paul, may the wind always be at your back. May the future bring you to happiness, great health, and safety all the days of your life. Here.
So for my wedding, Kelsey asked our grandfather for marriage advice, as he has been married to my grandma for 64 years and a caretaker for her for the last several years. So I thought it was only appropriate to do the same, and he had this to say. Of course, you two were in love before you got married, but now that you're married, it's a completely different level of love, because you'll be with each other through thick and thin, through better or for worse. So I will end with this marriage advice. Paul, early in your marriage, you will find it difficult to get the last word in any discussion. With time, though, you will learn how to always get the last two words in every discussion. Just make sure those two words are yes, dear. So let's raise our glasses to the bride and groom, to love, laughter, and happily ever after. Cheers to Kelsey and Paul. Your fairy tale is just beginning.
Already know this, but you just married the craziest person I know. This is the guy who said he would never get married. So the fact that we're here today means that you are very special. And we know how special you are, not only to Paul, but to our whole family. We have seen how much happier Paul is by your side, and how well you complement each other. Marriage is not about finding someone you can live with. It's about finding the person you can't live without. So on that note, a toast, we'll raise our glasses here. A toast to Paul and Kelsey, together forever.